Abusia micha na misanso mo akwa be mere channel so ha da so aye be media judge. Abusia ene Kevin Okobedu Taylor ene wakon straight on Sammy Awuku na we expose Sammy Awuku. Yes, one company na din edi April June ochira Sammy Awuku na yere ni company na busia so ma fa kwan bi so awie o man no abo man no kro no a enye sika kuma na Kevin ebobo ho na busia 60 billion Ghana cedis enye sika ketwa na na Kevin expose your dia babo ntene ne nsem a watwen edi free Sammy Awuku ho aba no enye easy to the extent so we ba Ghana media space and I say air space no Sammy Awuku atoni na nti yentumi enka Sammy Awuku asem na busia na wabawura edi the MPP na abusia na Kevin adin komo. Yes, Kevin adin komo na komo wadi na bia abusia mi hu ensem ne kan pese ya ayeko na yetie enkomo Kevin wadi ne to the extent say yentie mrasese credit goes to Loudsilencetv ha era so aye be media je chebe se wase ene dey conduct channel so ne dey kwanso wodi aso be subscribe e dey amai Kevin e dey awura NLA na ensem a watwe no.
But see, any day you get the opportunity to sit on radio, Oka John Mahama sem, Uboni Dean, Sa Udin attempt kwaka sa asimesi, Ana Obenten, Sa Ube Gina stage, Eka John Mahama sem your campaign. Me say, O wife company, your friend April June. Now, the bank transactions, contractor, or wife dubiously, when ya with state institutions in Yina. Your wife, the dubious means now, what the national position on no trying to say, Nini Bradie, I will let the world know their woye. You are a nice man, but you are diabolic. You have been able to pay a lot of media men in Ghana. Obi Anka Wasem, the Awuku with your Bia, Sammy Awuku is very good at that, and I respect him for that. Every media person in Ghana, Sammy Awuku are sorting it out. So, Sammy Awuku Edi Bonia, you will never hear it on Ghana media. Never. And until when you say way now or the Sam Kwasia same way. This is my message to Sammy Awuku. Sammy, respond to this. The private lotto association and other companies, they have pumped more than 6 billion into this account. More than 6 billion. After all these things, me catch him say, Sammy Awuku, we came to do a story about 3 days ago about national lotteries. Senior Sammy Awuku national lotteries, no. Omatam one Gary Nimako or your board chair of national lotteries. Sammy Awuku is CEO. Now your best story, no. National lotteries for a release statement about story na you know, and they are trying to justify say, fine. Oma ye de omo ye no na yen information na ye de ma Ghana for no information no ye de sebio enya accurate. Okay. Now this is the release from NLA Sammy Awuku NLA. Makaja Sammy Awuku. Every 2 days I'll let Ghanaians know Chrono Awobo. Enya personal. I do it to everybody. So don't take this personal. And nobody in the MPP should take this personal. Nobody in the NDC, this is my job. When I see something, I need to speak on it. Say me can't see me cinema and can't see me see it's bad. Into me, you can be my friend, you can be my enemy, you can. As far as the facts are here, I'll give it to the people. Sammy Awuku any NL4 abe responded to a year contractor on it Gary Nimako ka omutri bon ho a omo ye den omo de ma Chinese ni muntie sane kan wa ha. Now let's read the response from National Lotteries. Response ni. Let's take our time. Almost say, this is the story. The National Lottery Authority, NLA, has categorically denied issuing a license to a Chinese company to operate in Ghana. Recent reports had suggested that they are scared to mention my name in the report. And this is City News. Recent reports from where? Recent reports from me. You can't. You are scared. They cannot say research. That means the report now. Somebody will ask you. Then you are not supposed to do the report because you cannot even tell the people where the reports are coming from. But technically, they will say they are publishing a statement from NLA. Sammy Awuku, level. Now, this is what they brought out. Recent reports had suggested that the NLA granted a license to a Chinese company named Blue Star High Tech Limited. So Blue Star for we are some man and Bekano as a Sammy Awuku ni Gary Nimako, NPP lawyer, our board chair on a Sammy Awuku, omumiri in the share side deal which millions of dollars. However, in a statement released on Thursday, August 15th, the NLA clarified that Blue Star High Tech Limited is a wholly owned Ghanaian company registered under Ghanaian law. Almost say NLA for say a Blue Star High Tech Blue Star company na mebeka ho asem say a Chinese ni dia na sa Chinese ni no ono na a director ono e de omo form company no a Chinese ni dia. NLA for say omo pese omo ka kire Ghana fo nyina say sa Blue Star company no Ghana fo ankasa dia enye Chinese ni bia dia inti Ghana fo trodo dia. Okay, mo men ko enim. Or see, the authority emphasized that it conducts due diligence before granting licenses to applicants, describing the allegation as a deliberate attempt to tarnish the reputation of the governing board and management. Almost say NLA for say, di say, eba contract in semuni adia, yenhwehwemu, ye de nhwehwemu a emu hu se company a ni sign contract bia no, bibia ye krogyen a sebio emu mmra bia so. Enti hu ni say, sa report na ye no, Sammy Awuku se migu n'anim ase, na migu ni board chair Gary Nimakusu enim ase. All right, let's move forward. Furthermore, the NLA explained that the company in question has two directors. Then I may a story, a document from the registry department, and I'm show the directors of the company. I will show you again. Maybe buy and my family buy the documents but show the directors of the company. Now, NLA for response, the NLA explained that the company in question has two directors. One Ghanaian and a naturalized Ghanaian citizen of Chinese descent who has held Ghanaian citizenship since 2017. Say, sa company na mebeka wan say a Chinese leader. Say, oh, Sammy Awuku say company no a Ghana for dia. Adikudie a Ghana for dia na say. Eye nipa mienu omo ye directors omo nyina ye Ghana for. Baako ye Ghana ni mapa. Ene baako ye Chinese ni a wa be naturalize ada ne Ghana ni. The boys will Jimmy. Sammy Awuku say company na meka wan say Chinese dia. Say Chinese ni dia. Na emom nipa mienu na company ni omo dia. Sa nipa mienu no baako ye Ghana ni mapa. Ena baako eye Chinese ni a one naturalize abeda ne Ghana ni. Enti ama Chinese ni so 2017 obeda ne Ghana ni. Sammy Awuku asmo ka kire Ghana for no. Rade Jacob so we nya with pa go for what you omo ye wifo he omo mama Sammy Awuku mama charge and me say busa another question with another document. Sammy Awuku say company no enye Chinese ni dia na Ghana for mienu na mbom ba ko ye Ghana ni pa mapa ne papa ne mama ye Ghana ni ena ba ko do oye Chinese ni a wa naturalize ba Ghana ni on naturalize da be on naturalize 2017. Inti enya kofi China. Sammy Awuku or a dangerous guy. Now Awuku must say, and this is a quote from them. Management of the NLA unequivocally denies this assertion that and states that it is at all material times mindful of the laws enshrined in the GIPC Act 2013. Act 2013 and its own enabling act, the National Lotto Act 2006 Act 722. Management would like to further state without any equivocation that the NLA governing board has not granted any license to foreign companies. As is the practice, the authority undertakes extensive due diligence before granting any license to the applicants' companies. In the NLA for Sammy Awuku statement say omo NLA for die omo entia mra na omo fa eye contract bia ema Chinese company. Don person mo ka che mo say sa company na me beka no ha no nipa mienu na ye omo dia Ghana ni baako ena den ena Chinese ni a 2017 obeda na Ghana ni a your friend Han Chuanchu. These boys are stealing you people too much. Now, the latter part of the statement in here. Almost say the authority would like to put it on record that Blue Star High Tech Company Limited is a wholly owned Ghanaian company registered under the laws of the Republic of Ghana. I like this part. Or say this company is wholly registered. It is a wholly Ghanaian company registered under the laws of the Republic of Ghana. Fasasa to trim into a company where you registered or Ghana under the laws of the Republic of Ghana. You are mature there. Or say 8 directors are Han Guangqing. That's the same name I mentioned. Anamebwa. Inti Han Guangqing no or no ena eye Chinese Ghanaian. And the second director no eye Clement Edusapon. Clement Edusapon. Inti esiano osi nipa mienu wei ena omuye Ghana fo mienu a sa eye high tech company na eye omudia. Nipa e friend Han Guangqing or a Chinese ni but wa naturalizer better than Ghana ni since 2017 Akufo-Addo be president. Ena abranti or Ghana ni ba ko friend Clement Edusapon. Sammy Awuku said nipa mienu wei ena in their document no e kire say this company belongs to them. Omo mienu ye Ghana for one Ghanaian Chinese and one Ghanaian. Now, remember the Chief Justice told you the birth certificate cannot make you a Ghanaian. I want to know how this Chinese guy was able to become a Ghanaian in 2017. Suddenly, he became Ghanaian in 2017. Sammy Awuku, or Nyedi Papa Biaro now. Sammy Awuku. Now, when you move forward in the statement from Sammy Awuku, or say, the subject of the assertion, Mr. Han Guangqing is a naturalized Ghanaian citizen whose certificate of naturalization is dated the 5th day of January 2017. Inti sa Chinese ni almost all Ghana ni no on the 5th of January 2017 or better than Ghana ni sa de no naturalize here. Nana the Danko Akufo-Addo was sworn in the 7th of January 2017. But 2 days before Akufo-Addo was sworn in, the guy was given a certificate to become a Ghanaian. Nana Akufo-Addo was sworn in, was it a Saturday or a Sunday? Sammy Awuku watch so a crop for. You have another question. You can be point me because he has responded, and I'm going to keep asking him questions with facts. Into obviously Chinese, you know, the certificate to Kurano on the 5th of January 2017. Yet 2 days before Ebesu Akufo-Addo in Obey Ghana ni. According to say, Mr. Han Guangqing is a naturalized Ghanaian citizen whose certificate of naturalization is dated the 5th day of January 2017 and signed by the Minister for the Interior. That means 2017, they're now a Minister for Interior on a signing, yes, say, Han Guangqing, every Chinese mu abe Ghana ni fully on the 5th of January 2017. Uko enima. This information can be verified at the Office of the Registrar of Companies. TA. I said this information can be verified. Office of the Registrar of Companies. Okay. We'll see another thing you have to take note. First, I'll say the company is a wholly Ghanaian company. And 2 people are the directors, and then this year also the registrar also I will say document or say Chinese you know Dani Ghana ni and a company so you registered or fine. Now, and I quote, the assertion that NLA has granted a license to a Chinese company is therefore false and misleading and intended to cast a slur upon the governing board and the management of the authority, end of quote. The NLA board has issued a reminder to all private lottery operators, PLOs, to ensure they register their operations by August 28, 2024. Blah, 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 and all that. Now, so Sammy Awuku say, company no, on it, Gary Nimako, real. See, I don't know what say. Company number can was no one a legitimate company. 2. Nipa meka say company near the Chinese, you know. Almost say a true name on the 5th of January 2017. And the interior minister is signing Nipa naturalization document. Into technically, the company belongs to 2 Ghanaians. Now, Osteti, 2 of the directors of the company, meaning Omwa company no eyo mudia, or say your friend Papebi Han Guangqing or a Chinese Ghanaian sisi ano obey Ghanani into a friend no Kofi Han Kwanchu ono ene eye Ghanani abranti a friend Clement Edu Sapon. Now here there. Now this is Clement Edu Sapon. Ghanani no nie, right? Okay. Clement Edu Sapon na omo kase or your partner to a Chinese, you know. This is the guy. Blue high tech company, no. When Sammy Awuku say or your partner to a yedian Han Kwanching Chinese nina and the menoka say or your Ghana ni cheon. Now, Shadie, this is the same Clement Edu Sapon. NLA launches Blue Star Lotto device on the Jina Hono. On na Sammy Awuku kase. When you go on paper, Clement Edu Sapon on a Chinese nina one naturalizer be Ghana ni is your Ghana ni no omumienu and a Blue Star Lotto no eyo omodia high tech no. Okay, now right there, when I showed you the documents ministry first time about a year high tech no ministry Blue Star high tech company and our screens, let me enlarge it send it beya obia behum because I want to prove something to you. Now you see entity company name Blue Star High Tech Company. This is from the registrar. Oko Ghana Registrar's Office. Maybe a registered companies now. This is from there. Fine. Sammy Awuku did not deny any of these documents. Say the documents I put on my show was a lie. So at least these documents now with 10 numbers and all the information. They are factual numbers. Registration number here C504776218. That is the registration number. Oko the registrar's department. That is the registration number of this Blue Star company. This is the document I showed the first time I spoke on this. Now, sir, Oko a documents that we show in Bima. You will see this. Michelle, the directors of the company. Now, when you look at a contact details. Sammy Awuku say on their record, Abranti be friend Clement Edu Sapon, on Han Kwanchu and their directors, owners. Now, when you go on the documents I showed you from the registrar, the phone numbers are there, directors' details. You see Han Kwang Sing, the same person or a director, the TIN number and a hono P00090273994. And at the second director, a friend of Paul Ankra. The second director on the document is not Clement Edu Sapon. The second director on the document is called Paul Ankra. The TIN number P00090273951. Inti Ustadia Paul Ankra any eye any Han Kwanching omumienu. And technically Sammy Awuku so me Ghana for omudia. But Sammy Awuku say Han Kwanking on Clement Edu Sapon. Why is say on the document, the registration document, the directors there no a Chinese any a gentleman called Paul Ankra. Now so ba see a secretary details Paul Ankra. That means this Paul Ankra is a director, he's a co-owner and also a secretary. But Sammy Awuku in his press release or say sa company it belongs to Chinese nina also a Ghana nino on a brand to be a friend of Clement Edu Sapon. Now the question is Clement Edu Sapon fronting for Paul Ankra? Who is Paul Ankra? Sammy Awuku de bema me response. And make sure documents I me de buy and then the response no mine. The reason why and the response in the document in a free registrar no I won't deny no embo bra unless Sammy Awuku ever catch them say there is nobody on that documentation registration document in say there's no name as Paul Ankra as the director and also the secretary. And I'm asking Sammy Awuku, on your record you have Han King, which is a Chinese or a Ghanaian here, and Clement Edu Sapon. Now, why do we have Paul Ankra on the registration document, or a director and also a or a secretary? How come you could not find a Clement Edu Sapon on the original documentation, registration documentation, but you found Paul Ankra? That's the question I'm asking you. Is Clement Edu Sapon fronting for Paul Ankra? And then your excuse is say Chinese didn't naturalize on the 5th of January 2017, 2 days before Akufo-Addo became president. You know, sa Chinese didn't a gun any flat automatic. Sammy Awuku, be careful. Sammy Awuku, be very careful. Baby, okeka kono a dangerous for your life and your future. You have made the money. You have made the money. It is fine. But do not underestimate the intelligence of Ghana. Don't try that nonsense. Now, I have another thing to ask you. So, I will respond. So, I'm going to ask you. Now, Sammy Awuku, this is a document. Where did I put this? I was supposed to get you guys this. Okay, so I want to put something on the screen. Sammy Awuku, wait it. Why mistake? Pa. I think the sikana winyano, sikani hunu, but it's all good. Now here is this A. Mebebusa Sammy Awuku another question. Enti mebebusa ansa question no. Sammy Awuku should answer these questions. Sammy Awuku, you have committed some crazy crime. Technically, and also go jail. You know that. They be check Ghana for crime now committed. B. When you have to check crime, no. Now me check crime no. What you say enough form. All right, and C. Okay, so this is it. Monfra Sammy Awuku mame. Sammy catch out. Don't ever try to speak against John Mahama in your life. Don't do that. Try there. Now, you see this. I want you to read this with me. Now, I'm saying I like it when you read with me because what it does is it helps you to understand the 1. Samuel Kobena Awuku, also known as Sammy Awuku, is the sole beneficial owner of NLA Good Cause Foundation. Yet, the NLA director, General and the board chairman, lawyer Gary Nimakun Mafo, under the new contract with the private lotto operators are forcing. Private operators, they are forcing. Where did I leave it? Private lotto operators are forcing the private lotto operators to pay annual amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis to NLA Good Cause Foundation, which is privately owned by Sammy Awuku as the sole beneficial owner. Now, NLA for a year company be a omobie a NLA for there. Now, sa a year company na omobie no. Your friend no a year NLA Good Causes Foundation. Good Causes Foundation. Now, Sammy Awuku and Gary Nimakun or your board chair, no, what they have done and they say they have signed a contract with the private lotto operators, and they have told them say this NGO now will be belonging to NLA. It's basically like a fund. NLA Diano. They have signed a contract with all the private lotto operators. Say obia enter 100,000 Ghana. Tete Ghana no 1 billion. Enfant to safutunim. Now, the most interesting thing in say this thing called NLA Good Causes Foundation belongs to NLA. So uko share a registration document now. It is solely for Sammy Awuku. It is registered in his name. The whole company belongs to Sammy Awuku. Now, follow me. When you move forward, initially, the amount of money that Sammy Awuku and Gary Nimakun Mafo were forcing the private lotto operators to pay to the NLA Good Causes Foundation was 200,000. Initially, they were forcing the private lotto operators to pay 2 billion into that foundation. But the people protested. They said they could not afford 200,000. So they said they were going to pay their 100,000 each. That is 1 billion old Ghana into that. But this foundation, NGO na sebio NLA diano. Edasono Good Causes Foundation, NLA Good Causes Foundation. Remember the name, National Lotteries Authority Good Causes Foundation. Now there's no law under the National Lotto Act 722 and lottery regulations that gives Sammy Awuku and the authority to register a private foundation for the consumption of public funds. That is crazy criminal. You cannot be a CEO of NLA and as a